To the Western Cape now, mop-up operations are underway. They're in Cape Town. The mother city received more than 100 millimeters of unseasonal rainfall over 2 days. This led to localized flooding in parts of the city. Monique Mortlock is finding out how communities are coping. She's in Langa currently. Good morning, Monique. I can see you in Langa there. How are mop-up operations looking like? Because it looks still quite flooded behind you.
Definitely. I'm going to ask my colleague Zay to show you what's happening behind me at the moment. You can see the water's quite deep as City of Cape Town workers are trying to drain this. Basically, it's a mini dam here in the Joe Slowville informal settlement here in Langa. And as residents were showing us around Joe Slowville, this seems to be the worst affected part for now, although we have seen little pockets of water in still streaming into people's structures. In fact, I'm just going to bring in one of the residents who we spoke to, Mike and Simpiwe, if they can quickly just, while Zaid is showing you some of those visuals. Mike, there was one house that we went to, one structure, where you told us that residents actually found a man who had passed away.
Akho nto sincedwe kuyo apha nangosidi apha lamanzi aneveki zimbini kungekho mvula imvula iqale ngomvulo lo uphelileyo but lamanzi ane 2 weeks ekho phaa because ezi drains lapha ziblokile. I-City of Council ayizi uzosinceda. Eetrakhi zime apha kwamsebenzi wazo ezi kumane kuthiwa kubhulokwa amanzi kudutyulwa amanzi kudutyulwa amanzi njani amanzi befase unganethi ebebefana bababhole uphayiphi kunganethi umntu abathi kuye phaa kubhloke inantsika into ethile kuye sathi makathethe naye uceba amkhuphe kulaa nto amkhuphe kulaa nto kwaba laa phayiphi uphume phaa ubotshwe zange uceba aye kuloo mntu so uceba usebenzela thina but ngoku sister nanku umfolo sincamesa zombela umfolo ngeefotsholo zethu apha uba amanzi makahambe ziwotha Joslova.
And tell me about the concern for people's health, because that was something that you and Simpiwe were talking about. We can smell the water. It has quite a strong smell, and it's still flowing into people's houses. Just your concern, especially for the children who are walking around here.
Lamanzi arongo ngoba lamanzi ayingowamvula abantu bachitha imichamo bachitha itoilet so akangena edrainini ayenyuka so isifo esisebantwini njengoba kuthiwa kwikhorela nje inantsika into ezikhoyo izifo esebantwini zininzi kule nto because lamanzi lana amdaka and ayingowamvula sisi ngabantu abawachithayo intsila zabantu so izifo ezawungena ebantwaneni bethu jonga nanko omnye umntu sidala usoleke umntu apha izolo kwenye indlu ngenxa yakuba kungena amanzi kunzima uphuma kulaa mntu ulele wasolekela phakathi.
Thank you very much. That was Mike Mqenge. He's a resident here in Langa, just sharing his frustrations along with other residents, just their frustration over the fact that they believe the City of Cape Town has been taking too long and not doing enough to unblock the drains here. He was talking about how some residents here in Joe Slovo were digging a trench. If Zaid can just show you this trench over here, they say that residents themselves dug this just to allow for some of the water to flow through, because residents were tired of waiting on the City of Cape Town to unblock this section. And we know that earlier this week, when my colleague Aisha Ismail was here in Langa and in different parts of Cape Town where they'd experienced the similar localized flooding, we heard from the City of Cape Town that what hampers issues like this is the poor drainage systems in areas like Langa due to illegal dumping, littering in where the stormwater drains are, which makes it difficult for workers often to come and unblock drains continuously, especially ahead of persistent rainfall that we saw earlier this week. Now, we are expecting some rain to fall tonight and also in next week, although it's not expected to be as torrential as the rains that we saw earlier this week, although it's still a long winter, and many people are saying if this is only the start, they are worried about what they can expect for the rest of winter, concerns about health, especially as water is lying stagnant in areas like this one. We are seeing just off camera now, you can hear some residents arguing with City of Cape Town workers about what the residents are talking about the fact that they feel they are being let down by the city. Of course, we will be hearing from the city a bit later as well, just on how mop-up operations is going in other parts of the city and the challenges that workers are experiencing.
Because that was actually going to be my question, that do you get a sense that the workers on the ground are adequately capacitated to deal with such a situation?
Well, when we were standing here, I mean, the workers have gumboots on, they have some type of PPE on, but this water goes over their gumboots. In fact, one worker, you can see he's going to walk in this water now. He's wearing some overalls, but as I mentioned, just you can't smell it, but from where we are, it smells like sewage water, and that's really where this water is coming from. It's coming from the drainage system, and as we heard from Mike, he was talking about that the toilets are overflowing. My colleague and I, we were being shown how litters coming is strewn around the toilets, and I asked residents what they make of the City of Cape Town, saying that it's no use, we keep on blocking drains, and then it keeps getting blocked due to littering, due to people dumping items like nappies and oil that tends to clog up the drains, which makes it difficult when those rains come, which blocks the drains. And residents were saying, well, where else are we going to throw it? We don't have bins. We don't often see workers coming in and clearing timeously or clearing as needed. Yeah.
No, I mean, at some point,
that's just it's a difficult situation for both parties.
But at some point, we have to have the city coming to the aid of these people, because constantly we're hearing that there needs to be some education around where to dispose of this litter or garbage. But like you say, there's a valid point to say we do not have the bins, we do not have the refuse bins, nor do we see or do we enjoy the services of them coming to collect the garbage in this particular area. So at some point, the cycle has to come to an end, and perhaps it will take the city coming down to the people and actually either educating them on how they need to dispose of that waste as opposed to having it landing in the drains.
And this is something that we spoke to disaster risk management's head in the province, Colin Diner, about over the weekend, just before the rains hit. I asked him what is being done to ensure that townships, informal settlements, those living in vulnerable communities like this one, because time and time again, every winter we see the same thing. And it's not only Langa, it's other parts of the city as well. What are city officials, provincial authorities doing to ensure that people are prepared when these rains or before the rains hit? And Mr. Colin Diner was saying they do have awareness campaigns, they do have workers coming into areas like this one, informing people that the rains are coming. Please try and help us to unblock drains wherever is possible. Throw your rubbish in bags, just clear where we can. Things are getting a bit heated on the side of me now as workers and residents are having some arguments there. But basically what Mr. Diner said is it's all about education, as you mentioned. But again, that cycle just seems to continue, and the city continuously tells us that their jobs are made difficult when you see more informal settlements cropping up, more people cropping up on places where they're not supposed to, on wetlands areas, in nature reserves, where they are most vulnerable, where we see that water seeping up into people's structures through the floorboards and making it difficult for people even to leave their structures and to get out in time.
Monique, can we just get clarity as to why there would be conflict between the officials and the people there? Because the officials, according to our understanding, are there to assist them. What is the conflict about?
Yes, let's find out. Simpiwe K, can you quickly come here, please? Simpiwe Bantile, one of the community leaders here. I saw that you were having some discussions there with the City of Cape Town officials. What seems to be the problem?
No, a problem because this City of Cape Town abafuna basibaxelela babasebenzi yabo. Because abasebenzi siyabaxelela bakudala nidame apha inyanga yonke idame apha le nto leyo yabo. So bona balwa nathi bathi sithethe ubuxoki eTV-ni yabo. Abubuxoki obusibuthetha inyana nto lehlele emanzini so ngalamanzi anuka suke egreenini yabo. So nansi ingxaki into sithetha into esiphezulu kwayo apha. No le nto bayithetha bona balwa thina nto siyithethayo ngoba abasebenzi kudala besizaba inyana siyithetha siqole siyithetha lamanzi asuka ngapha la. Asuka ngapha lamanzi oko kugcwele apha konto bayenzayo abantu apha. Sibaleka hlele izinto ogqiba xa bathetha ubuxoki njani? Leke nga City of Cape Town sithetha ubuxoki ayisebenzi nazi igrain isiblokile apha before kunethe imvula apha kanjani.
And you were telling me that even before the rains fell on Monday, you were sitting with the problem. I mean, the smell, it smells as if it's water that's been standing for a while, especially as you go deeper into the settlement.
Yeah, yabona esizingxaki ayenziwanga yile mvula lento lena. Before imvula beke idrain beziblokile lapha. Singasetyenziswa kudala bezazi bezireport. Siyiqonda lento bakwabanje ka kunethe imvula ngoku unze ngo. Lento bebeyazi lena because lento lena yenziwa ngayimvula enzo zigrain ezingaqinwayo ezimdaka.
But sorry, Simpy, we just lost you. But will you guys allow the workers just to do what they are here to do, to try and unblock what they need to unblock?
No, bayazama uyenza lento bayenzayo but ayisebenzi. It's not working. Bayenza lento bayenzayo bayatry usebenza but andihali into bayenzayo. Yebo. Benza lento kodwa kuthona ilanga ngoba besenza lento bathayise bashiye sinje apha. Akabasebenzi abantu.
Thank you very much. That was Simpiwe Bantile just talking there about the slow pace at which the city seems to be going, or the workers seem to be going, and saying that the measures that they've taken beforehand doesn't seem to be working. Let me quickly see if I can get this official. Sorry, sir. Excuse me, sir. Hello? Sorry, sir. Hi, sir. Sorry, I know you're busy doing your work. I just wanted to check what is making it difficult for you guys, just in terms of, because I know it's a big job that you are undertaking here.
Yes. Yeah, the problem is the people here, they throw stuff in the main. So the main line is blocked. I don't know what did they throw in because the water used to run in through there. But now whatever they throw a lot of stuff in the main, and there's something that blocked there, in front there by that walkie. We always try to jet in, but there's something that I don't know what wall is that, but there's something that blocks us our water to go through, and we use jet to jet in the line, but the jet pipe goes against that wall. I don't know what is in there. Oh. Yeah, it's because of the residents. They throw stuff in the main, ma'am. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Well, there you heard it from a city official on the ground as workers are trying to just unblock that drain. We will definitely check in a little later, in a couple of hours' time, to see if any progress has been made.